I am passionate about a lot of things in terms of social justice and things that I wish people talked about more. So I think I started out with this broad idea of feminism, and I conducted several interviews, and they were all centered around feminism as a whole, but I didn't it was too broad and too kind of all over the place. And so then we continued to brainstorm, and I realized that something else, more specifically within the umbrella of feminism, was the lack of women in leadership and professional positions. And so I did a lot of research on that and came to find a lot of data that was showing that women are consistently outperforming men in academically. So yet, only 3% of Fortune 1000 CEOs are women. And so that's really frustrating because, we're putting in the work and we have the data that shows that, yet still somehow women aren't getting the top positions. And so once I found that out and discovered that, I zoned in and I was like, this is the story I want to do. And I started brainstorming who I wanted to interview and what I wanted to present. And so that's just sort of how my story took shape. And I'm really happy with how it turned out.
You are so incredible. Is there anything else as you were going through the process of creating your story that was exceptionally challenging or exceptionally eye-opening?
Well, I think during writing this story, one of the things that I struggled with was making it not abrasive. And I guess, I didn't want my story to sound like it was the, image of what a bra-burning feminist looks like or things like that. I wanted it to be based on the facts and things that you can't dispute or you can't attribute to, that being just an angry woman. And so so I wanted my story to have credibility all on its own, and so that was definitely something that I had to keep in mind when I was writing it, so that I did sound put together and educated and knowledgeable about what I was talking about, and not just, basing it on things that weren't statistical.
That's incredible, and it's interesting because you had to think about that because this is an issue, because women aren't automatically seen as credible, or because talking about or advocating for women or talking about feminist issues isn't just seen for its face value as being credible. You had to think about how you were going to write a story that was taken as credible, and that in itself is a feminist issue.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Tell me about what you have learned about or what you think about in terms of the value of storytelling.
I think stories are one of the most compelling forms of media that there is, because it really allows you to be empathetic and understand people in a way that, other forms of, media can. And that's something I've learned with this project and with the research team with Mrs. Weaver. And I just love the way that stories and sharing honestly and vulnerably can really connect people and form a community. And so I really love storytelling.